Welcome to Jerking Around, a podcast that makes you feel better about yourself because we're a mess just like you.
And Crystal makes fun of me the whole time.
And it's great, and it's real. Welcome to Jerking Around.
Welcome.
Oh my goodness.
No, we already said that last week.
I know, but there was another one. We got to move on. We're live. Don't show your tanning hand.
Oh yeah, it's so orange.
Yeah, Tisha's spray tanned.
Yeah.
And she got a new sweatshirt for today. And she did this toner to her hair that looks amazing.
The at-home.
She's really doing it today.
I know.
New year, new you.
I know. I actually like doing my hair at home better. It's like a whole production to go. It was nice just in the shower. It's done, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
All right, there's so much to talk about. So much. It happened in a week. So, I'm obviously, we got to make this episode go quicker. But the LA fires is a big trending topic right now.
Right.
It's crazy. There's
Everyone
so many
knows what it is, but if they live under a rock, LA is on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. LA was on fire. Not just LA, the Palisades, yes. LA, Calabasas.
Did all over different areas.
Jay-Z and Beyonce's house is being evacuated.
No.
That might have been fake. Yeah. That's what's hard now with AI. I don't know if everything's as real. I mean, whoever knows if it's ever real.
Right.
But I do think the fires weren't natural.
No, they said it was arson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like we don't really know the truth. And a lot going on with the governor and the fire chief and oh my goodness.
Well, and they're blaming that immigrant. They caught him with the can. And they're like, he's an immigrant.
Derogatory.
No, I'm saying he immigrated here. That's what they're saying. Yeah. I'm not trying to be derogatory. I'm saying he immigrated here. What's the better word?
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Illegal? That sounds worse.
Just moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do they keep saying that?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, just one guy? There's like 50 of them.
Right.
There's so many videos
and that's what I'm saying. They're saying that
Why do you think they're doing the fires?
Well, I mean, I don't know. They're saying that they, meaning Instagram, our source of news, that LA is one of the cities that wants to become a smart city, which is like basically redoing the whole infrastructure. So there's no quicker way to get rid of it. Like demolishing all that stuff, it's just like if they just burn it down, it might be easier to rebuild. Because the Olympics is going to be here in a few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in 4 years. So they're saying...
In LA?
Yes. And so they're saying there was no room for it. And so, allegedly...
So would the governor have something to do with that then?
Yes.
Because he brings
So they're saying, allegedly, there was no room for the Olympics, so they wanted a smart city, so they burned it. This
is off topic, but are we going to go to Chino today?
Oh, my gosh.
Please?
I don't know. I'm trying not to eat bad.
All right. I
just... like off the rails for Christmas, you know?
Yeah. It just sounds so good.
I know.
Okay.
So who knows? That's what is the word on the street.
Okay.
My sources.
My next question is, do you think, tell me about the insurance, because what I heard about the insurance and what you told me were different. I feel like yours is more normal.
What did you hear about?
How they canceled. I thought it was just so wrong that they canceled all those insurance policies, but you said there was a reason or something.
Yes. So the policies put in place by the government was that they couldn't raise the rates to cover future potential risk. So the insurance companies would have lost money if they provided coverage because they had to do it based off of like old assessed risk and not future risk.
Why couldn't they raise the rates?
Because the government said they couldn't. So,
but we got our rates raised
on this particular fire.
Area.
Yes.
Prior to the fire.
Right. So they dropped fire. They didn't drop every insurance. They dropped fire.
But that's not weird.
So weird.
Yeah, that's so weird.
But again, this is what's being said, so who knows if it's true.
Exactly. Allegedly. We got taken off of TikTok in a few hours last night, so we're really in big trouble. My question, though, is do all those people lose everything then? Spencer Pratt is really upset. I know. Did you see Heidi has a number one song?
Streaming. I know. I didn't do it, but I'm going to do it. You know, support
Stream
Heidi.
it? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll pay for it.
And he's like real mad. People are giving Mandy more money and not him.
Really?
Yeah. Mandy Moore supposedly has a GoFundMe. And Spencer's like,
for herself?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. So Spencer's real mad. He wants a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Is this the info?
Oh, thank you. Biden announces a one-time $770 payment for California wildfire victim.
Yeah. And that's what people were saying. That's not even going to buy you like groceries in California.
It's such a weird number too. Why not $1,000?
Right.
That's it? Oh my gosh, thank you. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. Well, like Spencer, did he have insurance?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's really sad if you think about losing everything.
I feel bad for
all of them, like everything, like all the stuff that you can't buy again.
Well, we live by like a field of desert, and I was thinking like if it caught fire, like our house would go. And I was
You're going to start worrying about this.
I was worrying about it. As I'm all, is Phoenix on the list to be a smart city? We are. So I was like, ooh.
I know, but some people have nowhere to go. And if you have no savings.
I could live with you, thankfully.
But we're close. I think if you're fire, my house is going too.
Totally.
I know, but like it is important. I'm in a save money time of my life. Just starting it though. I haven't saved it much
you're doing
yet.
Great though.
But I'm really trying to not spend. We talked about it last week.
Mm-hmm.
It was so stupid in one day. Like you don't realize like a Starbucks here and a go to Cane's there, and it's $50.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep wondering why I feel like I'm not saving money, and now I'm starting to see the problem. So I've been listening to Dave Ramsey a lot too, which does change your think. You know when they say like hang out with smart people, it'll make you smarter, or like successful people, it'll make you better. I do feel like listening. Not that I always agree with everything, but it does change my mindset. I'm like, okay, do I need this? Do I need that? But it is crazy though when you comes to these things. If you don't have savings, how do you live? Do you put the hotel on the credit card and go broke when you're already in such a dire situation? Right. It's like so sad.
When waiting for the payouts, which I did read something that they have to approve like a instant kind of thing.
Yeah, they need something. Mm-hmm. And the hotels are being like overrun. It's just really sad.
It's awful.
The fires is a big thing. I kind of feel like now when we talk, I picture the clips and I'm so nervous about them. Is that why you were being so weird?
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like, you messed with the wrong people this time. That's kind of like, you might, like the people's houses who lost their houses, they have money. And like, I feel like this one isn't going to be brushed over as easily.
Like the people in North Carolina people already forgot about the hurricane. It's
awful.
And now they're like in the freezing temperatures, homeless. It's horrible. But yeah, I do feel like with
what's happening with those people?
Right. Well, they're facing like record-breaking freezing temperatures with no homes. And so it's crazy because now the focus is on the fires. And at least with the celebrity coverage, I feel like it won't kind of just go away. Although Maui... It's like
I know, Maui is sad.
Everyone's moved on. It's horrible.
Well, they were saying how long it's taking to rebuild, but then in Florida, this is again in Instagram, they remember those storms years ago, the hurricanes in Florida? I guess one of the main bridges came down, and he had it rebuilt like within a really quick amount of time. I'm probably wrong, but like a month.
Right.
It was crazy. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But like when you really put your resources towards it, it can change really quickly.
Yeah, I think it just depends what they want to do.
More on our trending topics or topics that piss some of you off. Did you guys hear about our jerkies, you guys? Because Tisha didn't listen. But I've been really listening to Joe Rogan lately, and he's such a good interviewer. Mm. Like, there's some people that have it and some that don't. I think that's part of Call Her Daddy.
I want to be on Joe Rogan one day.
Oh, he's so entertaining. He's so interesting to me. Mm-hmm. And I think Call Her Daddy, that's her thing. She's a very good interviewer.
She asks like the good questions.
Yeah, and like Oprah is a good interviewer. Like she asks what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Joe Rogan's a really good interviewer. But they were talking about how much Facebook was censored during COVID, and it's mind-blowing the things he's saying. I'm not going to quote it because I typically get things wrong when I quote him because I have some issues. But if you guys are curious, I would listen to the Joe Rogan, Mark Zuckerberg, as well as Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. I'm still thinking about the robot though. Last week, Tisha and I, Jet was here. We cried about the robot for like.
I thought about it like 3 days later.
Me too. I can't get over it. And I'm still thinking about the robot. It's crazy that all the AI stuff out there though. It's almost like scary. Like, how there was like a video of a robot being arrested at an airport, and it was like beating the guy up, and I was like, how are you gonna arrest a robot? And it's just like crazy because my car is so smart.
I know.
The Tesla, I recently got a Tesla, and I didn't really care about Tesla, but have you ever met people that are like pro Tesla? Like my uncle is like, yeah, I'm one of them now.
I'm all.
But like my uncle is like that. He's like, how's a Tesla? And then he's like, aren't you? Like, it's like some people that my brother is like a pro Tesla.
Yeah. It's like once you drink the Kool-Aid, it's like Apple. Once you have an Apple phone, once you have an iPhone, you're not having Apple.
You can't not have Apple.
Like I couldn't go get like a Dell computer.
No, and I liked the Dell. I was anti-Mac years ago. No, the Tesla is so smart. So now I'm like, I kind of trust the robots, but it's just scary. They have so much power. And then the chip, did you see 3 people have been chipped already in the brain?
No.
Yeah, to see like what it does.
But why would you want to do that?
I know, but like if I'm not smart from AI, so I'm not going to get chipped, then I'm just the only like, you know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I already feel like that sometimes. And so now I'm going to be like that. Like it's hard. I mean, I'm so scared of the mark of the beast that I won't do it, but how do you not? Like if your brain's that smart, it's crazy.
I think there's a line. You can't go past the line of like joining man and robot. It's just not what God like.
I know, but if you think about it, like when we first put in like, my dad had a defibrillator. It like beats his heart and it zaps him.
Yeah.
So it's like the frog effect, right? Like slowly we're doing these small things where we're putting medical devices in our body and we're trusting them. And I think if we're not careful, right, years later, our whole body we are the robot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Creepy.
What would you miss most about your body if you were a robot?
Wait, like if I had to pick a replacement? No, that's
probably.
So dumb.
Someone,
I'd get like hard abs, you know, robot abs. Let's flop those out, you know? It's fine.
Robot boobs, would they be soft? The nipples all
My
like
boobs
spraying.
Are just so small.
But would you want robot
like
boobs?
Robot boobs right now.
No, but like would they spray like milk?
No.
You know, would we all be drinking robot milk?
There's no robot milk.
The robots are crazy though. Would you buy one?
No.
See, I think I would.
I feel like you would too.
I kind of want one.
I know.
Like if it would cook clean and like.
If I win the lottery, I'll buy you a robot.
I want the robot really bad.
Yeah.
Kim, oh gosh. Did you see, it's like while the fires are happening and people are evacuating,
saw her
playing
with the
outside
robot.
with the robot.
I know.
Like we're not really famous, so I don't feel like we need to address it.
I think it was a couple days before, but it like was going, like it was going on. Because you know how things post for days? So then people were seeing it when the fires were.
We were watching, my mom likes to watch the old Kardashian episodes, and they were so good.
I know, cute.
It's sad. They were such a cute family.
Bruce was a guy.
Yeah, they look so different. I loved Bruce.
I know. He was like.
Normal.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And like a dad. It's like sad. Now he's not even like a dad.
I don't want to talk about so much celebrity trending topics, but I have to talk about the P. Diddy documentary on Prime. I think it's on Amazon. I could be wrong. Kyle told me, Kyle's listening, my husband. He's finally back.
He was our #1 jerky, and then he went away.
Yeah, he got offended because I talked bad about him once.
Yeah, he did.
He got real mad. He wouldn't listen.
Ben could never listen. He'd be like.
But now he's like back, and he's like, I forgot my point. The jerkies.
No, you were saying Kyle.
The conspiracies? No, I forgot.
Dang it. I hate that.
Oh, P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he got mad because I got it wrong. I said a few weeks ago, Jason Kelsey with Taylor Swift. And I get stuff wrong all the time. It's who I am. But when we're talking, I didn't even think about it. But when I'm listening, I'm so annoyed every time I hear that one that I said it wrong. So if I say stuff wrong.
If it's on the internet, it's stressful.
Totally. I look like an idiot.
Yeah.
But anyways, P. Diddy documentary, I don't know which one it was on. It wasn't on Netflix. I know that. I don't think. But it's really interesting. The dynamic, you guys should listen. The dynamic between him and Tupac, it's crazy. Like, remember back when we were young, the rap was like serious because it was like Bloods and Crips.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like, Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Yeah, people were getting shot.
Yes. It was like, you got to watch though. It's like, he's in the center of all of it.
Really?
Yes. Like knowingly, like there was a shootout with him there. He got arrested and then his one of his close people took the hit for it. Like he went to jail for it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then it talks about so many things, but it's like a documentary on a public channel. So it's not like all of there's got to be data to prove. So then it talks about how he got into Hollywood and how he started, and with younger
ladies.
No, like, I mean, I think in the documentary, it talks about Justin Bieber having how he had custody of him for 48 hours. That's still so mind blowing. Why would anyone I would never give anyone custody of my kids for 48 hours. Why do you need custody? Why can't he just go hang out for 48 hours?
Or like 4 hours.
And he had Usher since he was like 11.
Yeah.
And Usher said the things he saw, orgies and stuff.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, so we love doing the podcast, but now that we're getting feedback, it messes with us so much.
Oh, it's horrible.
So someone in my life was like, I heard your podcast is raunchy and dirty and it talks about sex.
And orgies. You're talking about orgies?
Yeah. And so we're still going to talk about that stuff though. Tisha has a big experience she wants to share about this weekend.
I don't.
And letting Ben go downstairs.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, you need to start. That's what this is about today. Jet and I talked and we're having an intervention.
Yeah. Jet's real worried about
He is. But watch the P. Diddy documentary. I think there's 2 more things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Kristen Cavallari talking about Morgan Wallen being her F buddy. Interesting.
I know.
I, as a mom of 2 girls, don't want to tell anyone about my F buddy. But maybe some of my podcast. My mother-in-law is like, some of those stories you're not going to want out there because your kids are going to listen.
I don't disagree because I worry about the stories. You know, I mean, I'm not talking about an F buddy, but some stories I'm like, oh.
You're way more tame about your past stories than I am. I tell all of it.
I don't have a lot of past stories.
This is liar. Let's be honest. You have just as many. You're just not telling them.
It was weirdly proud of having an F buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was like, oh.
It just is like.
Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of getting around, you know? But she's fine with it.
Yeah.
She said that.
She's dating someone new.
Well, she said a non-negotiable is they have to have a vasectomy because she doesn't want to have to use a.
What?
Yeah, it's just a lot of information.
We're on a clip. You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you hear she like messaged Kevin Costner? Did you see someone else? No. Someone older is with someone young. And I was like, that's kind of adorable.
Who?
Was it Kevin Costner? No, it was someone like even better. I got to find it. It was really interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, the last thing I want to talk about. I don't really care about this as much, but you're really into the drones. You've been wanting to talk about it for 2 weeks.
Well, so I have a few things. I don't know if I should say it though.
Here we go.
We can't
TikTok.
make this a clip. This is just for the jerkies that aren't going to sue me.
Okay.
So
Allegedly.
So the drones. So Trump, everyone's been seeing these drones all over. They're in all these cities. There's all these clips of people on airplanes taking pictures. Who knows if it's real? But allegedly.
It's a lot, though.
There's a lot. And it's even now on, like, the New York Post. It's on all these things. Well, Trump, no one's addressing it. And it is weird.
Yeah.
Why is no one addressing the UFOs?
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And now, because I've seen so many, my Instagram feed is full of UFOs. It's like, take me to your leader. Like, it's so UFO. But Trump said when he gets in office, he's going to address the drones. So I'm interested to see what he says. I don't think he's going to tell the truth. And I don't want to say what I think the truth is because I feel like it might be a little like she's
Doomsday.
Crazy.
Yeah, I feel like people.
But
my brother's thought of crazy many times. He's like, around the election.
Yeah,
and
he
stuff,
can never hear this.
He's like, have you talked to somebody? I'm like, about what? He's like, about all the things.
The things that now are coming out that are true.
Yes.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. It's like, hello. Duh, it was censored. No one didn't think it was censored.
People didn't think it was censored. I know people in our life that did not think it was censored.
But they probably still don't think, even though he's fully saying it. You know?
He's fully saying it. But the thing is,
he says
some of the stuff that bothers me about that is like, if I'm going to disagree with someone and they tell me to go here,
right,
I would go there just for the sake of like a good discussion.
Right.
But like some people, I feel like it's like, go listen to the podcast out of Mark Zuckerberg's mouth.
Right.
And then tell me what you think. And they'll be like, yeah, I'm not going to listen. But it's like a learned naiveness. Like they're fine with it. They're fine with what they believe.
It's being just weird though. I love to like learn.
Yeah, me too. Like I would want to learn both sides.
Yeah.
I've changed a lot on certain things because I've listened to the other side. Or I was like, yeah, you're right. That does make sense.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
It's interesting. But yeah, I do want to know about the drones because should I say, or is it too weird?
I think you'll regret it if it's public. And I don't want to keep editing. You're making me edit so much. So don't say it if 5 hours later you're going to call me and tell me to take it out.
Okay. I won't say
So let's save that for later when you're more comfortable and we get less hate.
Okay.
The hate has subsided, I feel like.
Yeah, it can't be a clip, but like it could be on the podcast maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about real life now.
Okay.
I listen a lot, and the podcast about my dad and Thanksgiving was a good one. Dad's Again was one of my favorites. If you haven't listened, listen to Dad's Again. It's such a funny episode. But the last one was actually really good too. I think sometimes we try to talk about trending topics because I know sometimes I want to like talk about it with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And so we try to be your girlfriends that you can talk to us about. But let's talk about real life. Church this weekend.
We talk about conspiracies a lot, and those are real life.
We talk about this stuff every day.
But we're not a conspiracy podcast. So that's where it kind of dances, you know?
We can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
A nudist podcast.
I was going to start a conspiracy podcast with my dad because he's like the OG. And I told him like years ago, like after COVID, I was like, because he's so smart. He's the smartest person I've ever met. My biological dad. I have 2 dads. But I was like, we should do a podcast and you just like tell people what you know. And then I was like, we're going to get killed. So we never did.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feeling good.
Yeah.
Tell us about
We should have him on one time.
Can you explain that you have 2 dads though? A little bit? Because
Yeah.
people might wonder if they were together Dads Again.
Yeah. Dad's Again.
Yeah. So
No.
explain a little bit about that.
I have a biological dad that, you know, obviously did the swimmer. And then
He was with your mom.
He was with my mom. They got divorced when I was super young. And then she met my stepdad when I was 2. And then he raised me too. So I have had 2 dads since I was 2.
I love it, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's a topic that people, especially in, what's it called? Multifamily?
Yeah.
Like when you get remarried, I love that they're equal to you.
Totally.
I feel like they're totally equal to you.
Yeah. And it's so different.
Which one walked you down the aisle or how'd you do that? They both did on each side.
Yeah.
See, I love that. Because I think sometimes like I am around a lot of young girls these days. And I get to hear different stories about family dynamics.
Right.
And I do think that's a topic that comes up is, you know, if their parents are separated and they're remarried and there's tension between those 2 families,
Right.
it's really hard for kids. You know, if they love both, they don't want to hurt one's feelings. So I love that. I don't feel like your biological dad's threatened by.
No. I don't think they've either.
They respect.
And maybe inside they have feelings towards each other. I'm sure there are feelings of whatever, but they've never put them on me or like talked bad about each other.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like that has taught me for my, like today, CJ
I thought that
posted
was so
the
cute.
mom thing.
I loved
and
it.
And he put both of us and like.
You're not threatened by that.
No, we are both his moms. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
There's no competition. We're just different, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Isn't that weird how God does that? Like you went through
I
this.
went through it and then
You understand it way more than anyone else would.
Totally.
That's so crazy.
I know.
Not knowing that you would. Yeah, I do. I saw that. I think CJ is the best. That was cute.
I know. He's so cute. None of my other kids, they're like.
I think it's cool though to appreciate that someone else loves your kid so much.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And like is there for your kid. But I know in friends of mine that are divorced, there's tensions there. It's hard.
Yeah.
So I think it's super cool for you. Okay, moving on. Church this week. Tisha didn't go because she's not been going. But no, I think actually
had a migraine.
You've been going more. I have not been going.
We did make a thing for 2025, but
it didn't start strong.
No.
I'm
all maybe
2026 is the moment.
What's a devotional, and it's been going really great.
Good.
So I feel like I am starting the year stronger.
Yes.
But I do need to go there.
Yeah. So Kyle and we have been not great about it, about getting to church with sports and stuff, which is the lamest excuse.
So loser.
But at CCV, our church that we both go to, they did talk about New Year, try to make it 3 out of 4 weeks, which I love because me, New Year, all the goals are happening.
Goals galore.
Yeah, we're goal city right now.
Yeah.
But we've been watching a lot if we don't make it, which I actually like. And sometimes it'll be, I think around the holidays, there was some songs and things and I was emotional about my dad and everything.
Yeah.
That works for me well because I think sometimes if you go, you're going to be emotional. And at home, I'm not as embarrassed. In church, it's awkward when you're doing that.
Right,
I'm not crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this week was so good. And they played my best song, Battle Belongs. It was to start. And there's something so emotional about actually going to church. Like, I think I get the same out of the message. I sing at home just like I'm worshiping.
Right.
But when you walk in the building, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
You forget like how good that is.
And there's no distractions at home. The kids are running in. It's like you can look at your phone. It's just
different.
You're a lot more present when you're there. The
series is about marriage.
Which I love.
And this is interesting because I got in a little bit of trouble because talking about sex. And somebody that hasn't listened to our podcast just has heard about it and saying maybe, I'm not making the family look great by talking about these things. But Tisha and I have a passion for married couples and knowing that everything's not perfect in any marriage. I think that's for sure true. And I think that a lot of times you're going to go through hills and valleys. And if you're in a valley thinking you're alone in the valley, we want you to know everybody goes through valleys. Don't give up.
Right.
So it's really important for us to talk about sex because it's such a thing in marriage. CCV years ago did a marriage series, our church, and they talked about sex for a month. Wasn't it a month? I feel like it was a while.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it when Dawn was there?
Yeah, it was when Dawn was there, and I never forgot it. And I think growing up, like, this is a soapbox, but I grew up in a church where you didn't have sex before you're married. And sometimes what that does is it makes sex almost forbidden. So that when you do it, I think there can be times in Christian or maybe other religions where you feel like a guilt about it because
even if you're married.
Yes, because it was frowned upon for so many years. Like you weren't allowed.
Yeah, there's like a weird
there's
thing
a guilt
with it.
that comes with it. So I feel like once they talked about it at church, it kind of helped me with that. Because maybe I had that growing up where I did feel like it was a sin. But it's something so beautiful from God, especially like, if you let him go down there. No, that's dirty and wrong, Jet.
I know.
But no, everything's different. But I think like it's such a core part of marriage.
Yeah.
And Ashley talked about, our pastor this weekend, he talked about, how a man feels pursued. And in the bedroom, that's one key area.
Right.
Which I am like fine with doing it. Like Kyle has this thing, we're going for it. Kyle has this thing where if I say no, it makes him want to so bad.
I'm Kyle. I'm the same way. When we can't,
weird.
I'm like, now.
Yes.
But then when I can, I'm like,
yeah.
When he's like late for a meeting, I'm all, hey,
Why?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. And why am I the guy? It's like,
Do you start it a lot?
No. Well, so like I know when it's like been a couple days and he's wanting it. Yeah. Because I can just tell like I'm getting out of the shower and there's the eyes, and I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
But I will give the green light. I don't like necessarily.
What's the green? Like, can we talk real?
Let's go. You
just say that like that with the thumb?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like.
So are you naked when you do let's go?
Or if I drop the kids off at school, come home, he's about to leave. I'm like, do you have 10 minutes?
So then do you guys both just take off all your clothes and jump in the bed?
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then
But when he can't, it's
more exciting.
It's like a challenge for me.
That's Kyle every time.
I love a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It's
and
the
like
challenge.
I don't say no that much. So when I do, I really mean no. Is that bad? I don't really. It's just so much easier. Like you said, they're just so much happier.
Oh,
so I feel like I know that. So I'm like, just do it. And then like once it starts, it's fine. It's great.
Once we get going, it's great.
Yeah, but like to get there, and honestly for women, I feel like so much of not wanting to have sex or not feeling sexual is our own body image.
Yes.
Like I've put on a few holiday pounds and it changes like my whole vibe. Like I feel like.
And the guys don't care.
I know, but it's like hard. Like see, when I get out of the shower, he's looking and I feel like so like uncomfortable.
Right.
But
I look at
weird.
like after I had a baby and he was just as attracted to me then as right now. And it's like 50 pounds difference. It's like, it's no difference to them, but for some, it's
I know. I wish I could let go of it because
I know.
I think sometimes so often in our marriage, sometimes what's happening with us has nothing to do with him.
Totally.
Like if I'm feeling insecure or feeling bad about myself, I'm so mean to him, which is weird. You would think you'd want to lock him in,
Right.
And be so nice, but like it's hard. So yeah, right now I'm not feeling, and he's like, honestly, so much to do with how nice you are, I really think. Because he's like so about it right now. And I'm like, ooh, I'm not feeling like sexual.
Yeah.
And then when I say no, it's like, and that's not like in a rape way. It's sounding weird.
Yeah, it is sounding weird.
No, like he'll turn it into a yes.
That's how I am. I'm like, challenge accepted.
So what do you do to get him to say yes?
Oh, I
like, what's your go-to?
Dirty,
oh boy.
Grabbing, I don't care. We're married,
What's your dirty talk like?
I'm not.
You big boy.
No.
We do have a trick. We're not saying the trick on here.
Yeah, we have a couple choice. I have a couple choice naughty words that I'll use, and then it really gets him going,
Yeah. I'm curious if ever, is dirty talk approved? Like, do you think all married couples do dirty talk, or do you think only special ones like you? Because I don't.
You do too. Oh, yours is like, you dirty whore.
No.
Just kidding.
No, but I know a lot of people that don't do that. So then I'm like, am I weird?
So like, I never did that.
Anyone but Ben.
Yeah, but in marriage, I think we sometimes have a little dirty talk. It's not like vulgar. I mean, maybe it's vulgar. I don't know. It's like, you're a bad girl. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm done.
We have the baby talk. We got the dirty talk.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
does turn, huh?
Yeah, and then
do you guys baby talk?
They collide.
Wait, for real?
And it's like,
wait, you're lying. In the bedroom, baby talk?
Baby talk and dirty talk collide, and it's like
give me just a light example. Like, you want your Deweys, you big girl, bad boy. I don't know. No one wants to be called big girl. First of all,
no,
never. Big boy isn't bad.
No,
big girl is horrible.
Big boys they probably like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I do feel like the talking sometimes can, if you want it to
speed up.
Speed
Totally,
things
I agree.
along.
Yeah, it does help.
Yeah.
Or doing anything kind of different.
Yeah.
You can even throw your leg up and it's a different thing. Sorry, Jet.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so at church they talked about how, like I said, I'm sometimes like, yeah, let's do it, or like whatever, but I'm not always like the initiator.
Yes.
Like I'm not always that.
Right.
So I think that's what I could do better is like start it.
See, I feel like Ben will initiate, but I have to kind of give the green light because I think he's worried he's going to get turned down. So.
Oh, he's like scared to initiate?
Not scared, but no.
Are you nice to him?
No, I know. Is he safe? No. But if I'm in a mood, he won't initiate. If he knows I'm in the mood.
Oh, so you kind of have to like help start it along to know it's a go.
Yes.
Why? If he initiates it and you're not in the mood, does he get in trouble?
No, but I think he feels like.
Rejected.
And he doesn't love that feeling.
I do think that's a thing.
Yeah.
What's funny is if I want to and he doesn't, do you feel rejected? I don't. I'm like, okay, cool.
I don't feel like that ever happens. You know?
Really?
I've never been like wanting it and he doesn't.
Well, I've been like, want to? And he's like, I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I
Never.
wouldn't feel rejected by that.
Yeah, I don't. But if I did that to him, I think sometimes.
Oh, they totally do.
Yeah, it's
They're
weird.
way more sensitive.
They are
I was talking to a
sensitive.
friend once and she was like, she was complaining that in doing it, she has to act really like into it. Or he doesn't want to do it. And I'm like, that's kind of exhausting.
The pressure. No, yeah. That's the pressure. Yeah, which is a nice guy because let's be real, there's probably plenty of guys out there.
Right, like he wants to make sure you're happy too.
Yes, but sometimes like if I have a lot on my mind, it's not about him.
No, I'm like,
I'm
just
for
get it
the
going.
doing it, but I'm like not gonna be as like
into it.
Svetlana,
Yes.
you know? It'll be like we can get the
Like,
job
let's
done.
go.
Yeah.
You know? This is horrible.
Yeah.
No clips.
It is hard. But he talked about, men need to feel pursued and they also need to feel like admired. I
So
think
what do the women need?
The women need, he told us like dishes story and stuff. And then he said many women are different. Like not all are words of affirmation or this or that.
I'm not words of affirmation.
So he did say you need to ask your spouse how do they want to be pursued, which made me feel kind of like weird. As he says, it's kind of like too much feelings for me.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't like mushy stuff, which is weird. That's why your baby talk makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I'm less mushy in life, like emotional, but then I can baby talk.
Yeah, and you're like a more like mushy person than me.
Yes.
Like very like cuddly and like, I love you.
Physical.
Even words like I love you.
Yes.
Boobies and weird. I'm not, my whole family is like,
yeah.
Ugh. So like talking about like real things that are my feelings is uncomfortable for me sometimes. But yeah, Kyle couldn't wait to ask the questions. He was like, so how do you want to be pursued?
Yeah, I would love that because I feel like sometimes Ben's pursuing the wrong and I'm not loving it.
Oh, Kyle totally was. And it's been amazing. So I told him, actually, I don't like when he says no to me off the bat, which he does all the time about anything. That like shuts me completely down. I just don't feel heard at all.
I do that to Ben.
It's like my biggest, like I feel so disrespected and I am Ben, so stop doing it.
Oh, he'll like approach something and be like, just listen.
Yeah, me too with Kyle and it's annoying and it's exhausting.
Yeah, because I'm saying no right away. Yeah, no.
That's horrible.
I know.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest things.
Yeah.
And it's not what you would think. It's not doing the dishes. It's not anything. I just want to feel heard. Like if I ask something, I don't even care if it's yes right away. I just don't want to hear the no right off the bat. I don't want the attitude. I just want you to hear me. And then it was like more, I like words of affirmation. So like,
yeah, 'cause you're
sometimes
Ben.
I think he's missing all the things that are being done, you know? And that's really it. He made me text him to him because he wanted to like go back to it, which was cute. Kyle's like real by the book. So it was that. It was, let me see. And then, think of my needs too. Sometimes I feel like I'm Ben, but I take care of all of his needs. I notice if he's eaten. I've noticed if he's got enough sleep. I notice if he needs his laundry done. Like, I notice all of his needs, and he just notices his needs too.
I'm trying to think what mine is. You know what I think? Sometimes I feel like he doesn't like know me or pay attention. Like I could go to any restaurant and order exactly what Ben would like, and I know what he likes because I just know him. And sometimes I feel like he doesn't, like, he would plan a dinner at a place I hate. Like, I hate Asian food. Why would you plan that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't feel like planning things for you is his strength.
Well, I hate all his plans. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that. But I do think he knows you. We talked about this the other day. Because Tisha just got mad about it. Like, he tried to surprise her with something, and she hates surprises.
And it was, like, nothing I would ever want.
Yeah, but I feel like he knows you more, like, in certain ways than Kyle knows me. But it's me and Ben are the same, and you and Kyle are the same. Like, I feel like he always can make you laugh when you're mad. I think Kyle makes me more mad when I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of our biggest things. Our fights are not over anything that big. They're small things that I don't feel heard, and I want to freak out. Like, because I don't feel like he gets me. But I feel like Kyle can plan anything for me, and he would nail it.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally gets, like, what I like. What I like. That's what it is.
What I like.
Yes.
That's what it is.
But you get him, and Kyle gets me. But I get, like, who he is. I know what will calm him down.
Yes,
I know,
he does do that.
Yes, and I know, like, when he's stressed, what he needs.
But he doesn't know what I like ever.
I don't know what Kyle likes either, really, though.
Yeah.
Like, a little, but not as good as he knows. He can nail anything for me like that.
Right. That's how I am.
Yeah. But how would you want to be pursued?
I don't know.
Like, what, if Ben does A, B, and C, what really makes you happy? I feel like the coffee is one.
Yeah, I feel like he does things. I don't know. I feel pursued.
Yeah, I think he does pursue.
Yeah, like, he fills my gas tank up. That makes me happy. Washes my car. He takes care of me. That makes me feel very...
Yeah, secure.
Yes, he does.
Because no one's really ever done that for you before.
Yes.
See, and
he's like, are you drinking your water? I made your hydro flask. And even though I'm like, oh, good. It's made. Because I'm not going to make it for myself.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle, they talked about, too, how important it is for a man to feel, like, admired by his wife. Like, that what he's going and doing is being appreciated. And that anyone in the world can critique them, but when the wife does, it really affects their self-esteem.
Well, we were talking to our clients yesterday, and they said the cutest thing first of all.
Yeah, it was. And we walked to the car. Tell the story.
Okay, so we were going to their house, and they were just so cute, interacting the whole time.
Yeah, they were so respectful.
So respectful. But, like, even there was a time she was doing something, and he was like, no, wait. But it was very respectful. I'd be like, what are you doing? You know?
Totally.
And so after we were like, you guys are so cute. What is your, and they've been married 27 years. And they said, which is so admirable, they said, we've never said anything mean to each other, even in joking around, because there's always some truth. And even if you said it in a joking, it'd make the other person wonder, oh, was this true? And they were like, all bets are off with the kids. We're rude to the kids. We're calling them dumbass. But we would never say, and he goes, she would never say to me, what are you, an idiot? Are you being a dumb ass? And he goes, that would be like a knife in the heart. And so that's so true.
Yeah.
With what
we both walked to the car, and I was all bloop, bloop, bloop. And
I was picturing the surprise that Ben did that I hated. And I was like, you idiot. Why would you do that? You know, like berating him. Yeah. I was like, that was the worst choice. Like, I hate it, you know?
Yeah. It's funny because that's what they talked about at church is being intentional, and nothing is more important than your marriage. But you have to chase after it. And he's like, so often in life, we just show up for our marriage. We just like, he's like, if you just show up for work and didn't work all day, would you be getting successful?
No.
Would you be, he's like, if you just showed up for your kids and hope they get to school and hope, like, he's like, that's what we do with our marriages. We just put them on autopilot and wonder why they're not.
Like, if you're not actively feeding it, going on vacations or doing date
nights, or making a rule that, because I think you can cut harder and more painful with your marriage than you can with anything else. So like when I have a tongue. That's my bad thing. It's like when I get hurt, I want to hurt back.
Yeah.
I think that was from years of me not sticking up for myself. I'm really going to stick up for myself now.
You're really nailing it.
But it's sad because he didn't do any of those bad things to me that those other people did. But I have to really work on my tongue. I want to make sure I'm always putting life into Kyle and like telling him, because he is so wonderful. And like he is a really hard worker and he does provide very well. And I want him to always know that we really appreciate that. It's funny though, what you love about each other and what you like are intrigued by is what drives you crazy too.
Yeah, because Ben's so type A. And
the type A drives me nuts.
Oh, we had a horrible. So at the end of the day, Ken and Bear have to pick up Fox from his classroom, and then they walk into the neighborhood where I pick them up. Well, they fight about who has to get him, and it's rude, and they do it in front of him. I don't want to get him. You get him. I got him yesterday. And so Ben and I were done with it, and Ben had to take him to school one day because I had to go do something, and so he does this thing where like nothing bothers him until he's dealing with it. So on the way to school, he finally heard the fighting, and so he was raging. So he called me and he's like, it's so rude they're being mean to him, and it makes him feel bad. And his little buddy, no one's messing with his buddy. So he was going crazy, and he went crazy on Bear, took his phone, like went crazy, but it was warranted. It's rude. Yeah. And we don't like stand for that with each other. Like we really try to make them treat each other good. Yeah. So then later that night, Bear came in from playing football in the grass at the park with all his buddies for like 2 hours. And so he was covered in grass, and he walked in the house and grass went everywhere. And then Ben acted the same about the grass as he did being mean to your brother. And like, to me, it's like a 10 and a 2. And if you're always in trouble about dumb things, it's like then the big trouble about treating your brother, it loses like
it's
efficacy. You know what I mean?
Big word.
Like effectiveness. Because effectiveness.
Oh, okay.
Because, I'm going to get yelled at about grass. And it's like, he didn't intentionally do it. He just didn't think. He's a boy. He's running in, you know? And so I'm like, you need to like calm down. So, but like to your point.
Does he listen to you?
Yes, we did. I had a talk, and then he told Bear, sorry, I had just done the floors. And so, like, he's amazing.
I would have been mad too.
But again, what drives me nuts about him is how crazy he is about the house. But what I love is how crazy he is about the house.
Totally, Kyle too. He's type A the same. We always say that in the house. I'll say level one.
Yes.
Level 1. Like, but certain things really trigger him. But sometimes I think he likes to get everything done right away. And I'm like, this doesn't matter. But then I'm like, if he wasn't like that, nothing would get done. Mm-hmm. And even the budget, now that I'm on team budget, I'm like listening to Dave Ramsey, and literally everything they're saying is what Kyle's been saying to me.
Right.
And I'm like, gosh, he's always right.
Yeah.
But I don't like him to be always right, which is stupid. I should just listen to him. But it's funny, like what God puts you with is like what you need. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, and I'm Miss Independent
like
sometimes.
A counterpart.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we like get annoyed at that stuff. But it's like I don't do that with you though. Back to our love life.
Yeah, lesbian.
But like you're opposite me in a lot of ways, but I already know that helps me. You don't get on my nerves. You like to get things done the same. You kind of nag me about things, and I'm not annoyed.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I know.
But I feel like you get me. Ben doesn't, you know?
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes like they say in marriage, always assume the best in each other.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I think sometimes it's easy to assume the worst in each other.
Or when other people are getting you, you think this person must not be right for me.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to my friend Kara. Shout out. She's not a jerky, but
I feel like she's a jerky now.
She's becoming a jerky.
Yeah, Kara, welcome. Kara.
Anyways, we were talking, and I was telling her about the thing he did, and she goes, why didn't he just call me or call Crystal? And we would have said, she's not going to like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
And I was like, yeah, you get it. She gets it,
yeah.
but he doesn't get it.
And then it makes you more like, what?
Well, you can start spiraling, or if your friend was like, yeah, he doesn't get you, you know? And it's like, Ben is so right for me in every way.
Totally.
Just because he doesn't get...
I know, thank God you don't have friends like that, though.
That's what I mean.
Because they could tag team you in a totally different way.
But people do that, or they have like a parent or somebody telling them that the person they're with is not right for them, and that is like very unhealthy.
We shouldn't tell our parents about situations with our spouses.
No.
I've never really told my mom anything that major, unless it was like one time early on when we were both pretty unhappy in our careers. Mm-hmm. You know, it was like a big turning point in our marriage was around the time we talk about like Lincoln, him leaving his family business. Right. Later, I ended up kind of leaving mine. It was bad. There was a lot of outside stress on our plates. Mm-hmm. And of course, that makes your marriage contentious. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
like it's stress.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was getting real done. I was like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. I told my brother, I'm done with this. It was just like more stress on my plate. And that's like, my brother was like, this is the most important thing to you. You need to go to marriage counseling. You need to figure this out. And I'm so thankful that he went that way rather than be done. You're right.
Yeah, because you could have listened.
Because my brother and I agree on everything. We're the same.
And you trust him, and you know he wants the best for you. So, like, you could have listened.
And the things that were probably irritating me were probably irritating my brother because we're the same.
Right.
But he still always has Kyle's back. My mom always has Kyle's back.
I always have his back.
Yeah.
You always have Ben's.
Yeah. But I think sometimes it's easy. That's the only time I've told them. But I was really done and I needed outside help.
Right.
And it really, once we got down to it in counseling, it had nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
It had to do with all the other outside things. And we weren't making our marriage the most protected thing. We were taking care of everybody else rather than ourselves and each other.
Right.
But yeah, the marriage is hard. It takes a lot of work. We had the best day Sunday, though. I think starting off with church, not running around to sports all day, like just, and then like meeting each other's needs. We went to the movies that night. It was so fun. We saw Den of Thieves. It was so good.
Is it?
Too. It was
I never
so
saw the
good.
first one.
I didn't either. Or I don't remember it.
Do you need to see the first one? Okay.
Because I was annoyed. I was like, dang, I wish I would have watched it. It was really good.
I'm going to plan a date night.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how I'd want to be pursued too, like plan something. But I don't really like his plans, so never mind.
No, I think just going. You want to plan it, but you guys want to make it a priority to go.
Yes.
Because
quality time is me. I'm so quality time.
Oh, see, and I'm not. I like quality time. I was reading when you were talking. My third one was alone time.
Thank you. I'm just kidding.
No, because people are texting about work and it's closing.
I'm just kidding.
But no, I said I was going to look it up. It was alone time. I like recharge alone, and he likes to recharge with me. So sometimes I've had a day and I just want to be alone, and he takes it personal.
He's like me. He likes quality time.
He does like quality time.
That's why I'm always planning experiences, because it's like a way for us to spend time together. The family, Ben and I love an experience together. It's like our quality time. You know, it's like no one's working, no one's, you know?
Yeah. Kyle's probably like that too. And I'm like, okay, cool. We've been together now.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I like to be alone.
Yeah, he does like to be with you all the time. He's never doing anything.
No, and like in the room with me, following me, like like he loves, and that's really sweet. Really sweet, but I like to be alone. So sometimes it hurts his feelings if I'm like, hey, can I have like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, that's pursuing me. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the happy dance,
We know you're doing that anyway, so.
All right, let's sum it up. Jet's almost asleep.
Oh.
It was, well, we'll see you guys next week. Pursue your husband in the bedroom. Let him go downstairs, Tish. Come on.
Yeah, maybe
Just
that's
relax.
on his list,
It probably is. Why is something a no?
It's not a no. It's just not going to happen every day. Like your house. It's like a free-for-all. Like, who's eating what, It's like, what's going on?
That's wrong, edit. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Welcome to Jerking Around, a podcast that makes you feel better about yourself because we're a mess, just like you.
And Crystal makes fun of me the whole time.
And it's great. And it's real.